We're very happy with the progression of this build. Intrinsically, building airspace is technically is a difficult build. Logistically, you're obviously building at height, so there's a lot of large cranes involved, a lot of materials to move upwards, and then often you haven't got a lot of floor space to store those materials. Often challenges with interfacing the new build with the existing elements of a building, so it's more complex in many ways than a new build from groundworks up, because we have to take into consideration the existing parts. For instance, we have a lift overrun here, which involved part demolition, and tapping into and dealing with the original existing plant on a roof can be quite challenging. Another challenging part of airspace is erecting the foundation. So we still need to consider foundations, even though we're up here on the 5th floor. It's commonly known as grillage, and that's essentially a lattice work, a matrix of steel beams, which in each case will be different and designed by our structural engineer. So essentially it's a framework of RSJs that fit into the parapet wall, take their bearing off the parapet wall, the perimeter wall, and also take their bearing off internal spine walls of the roof. So it sits on the roof or just off the roof. But where that's particularly challenging is we have to install pad stones at various points, which take its loading off the existing structure, and those need to penetrate the roof. So we have to make incisions there, and obviously that can be a vulnerable spot for water ingress. So it needs to be designed very well and executed very well, and in this case it went very smoothly. So a major part of the project went very well, so we're happy with that. Another challenge that we have to take consideration of is these buildings, whenever we build, they're always occupied by residents. No one ever has to leave the building, even on the existing top floor. So we need to take their concerns into account, of course, and always provide them with quiet enjoyment throughout the build. So we need to pay particular attention to their access to ongoing services such as lift access, television reception, running water, ventilation systems. All these need to be continued unabated and unrestricted, and that's very tricky. And we also have to get in our new services to work in conjunction with the old. So often we're upgrading particular parts of older plant, but that's where offsite really comes into its own, because we can build up to 30 to 50% faster than a traditional build. So we're on site that much less, really disrupting people's lives as little as possible. So all in all, we're very happy with how the build is going so far.